It's not about pressure, but about a curious urge that came over me last winter. My life, perhaps like many others, had become too flat. Everything was scheduled, safe, and predictable. That comfort, strangely enough, had begun to feel suffocating. I missed the prickling sensation on my skin that only comes from facing a true challenge. Then the weather forecast announced a major snowstorm was about to hit. The TV warned everyone to stay indoors, to stock up on food, but as I looked out the window and saw those heavy gray clouds gathering, a single thought sparked in my mind. This is it. I am not a reckless person. I am a careful one. I spent the entire morning double-checking my specialized four-season tent. The kind built to withstand high winds. I inspected my heavy-duty sleeping bag, my mini stove, and packed high-energy food. This wasn't an act of impulse. It was a carefully planned appointment with nature. I drove to a familiar forest, one where I knew every trail. The snow began to fall, softly at first, but it quickly turned fierce. I found a spot sheltered from the wind and quickly pitched the tent. The moment I zipped the door shut, the outside world vanished. The experience is hard to describe. The wind shrieked in gusts, sounding like an oncoming freight train. The tent walls shook violently, but they held firm. I was in my tiny base, perfectly safe, listening to the fury of nature. I boiled a kettle, the small hiss of the stove, a tiny counterpoint to the roaring gale outside. There was no phone, no news, no distractions, just me, the warmth from my cup of tea, and the fierce symphony of winter. I wasn't fighting the storm. I was simply there, bearing witness to it. The feeling wasn't fear, but a profound sense of respect. The next morning, I woke to absolute silence. The storm had passed. I unzipped the tent door. A brand new, pristine world was revealed, everything covered in a thick white blanket of snow, sparkling in the sunlight. I packed up and returned, carrying back not just a memory but a deep sense of peace. Sometimes we need to go into the heart of the storm to realize that no matter how fierce it gets outside, we can always find our own stability deep within ourselves.